Welcome to Rollin' Ratchet. I'm your host that smokes the most. They call me Nizzy Nice. Enjoy the video. If you read the thumbnail to this video, then you already know I have issued a trigger warning. Because trust me, my perspective will not be popular. Now, when it comes to TD Jakes, I have never met TD Jakes a day in my life. However, I still feel a certain connection to him. Let me explain. Back in 2017, I went through a real bad breakup, and I mean real bad. And fellas, have you ever broken up with your girl and y'all still gotta live together until she finds an apartment and move out? That was my situation. And to make things worse, my ex, her mouth was reckless. She used to jump in my face and say all type of craziness. And fellas, you know how when a woman jump in your face, you can't really do nothing because you can't put hands on her because she's a woman. So you got to take that L. Unless you got a homegirl sister, you can call her to come over and whip that ass. I didn't have that. So I was taking these L's on a daily basis. And if I can be honest and totally transparent with y'all, I was having some dark thoughts. I was really ready to crash out. And one day I'm on YouTube, and I don't know how. I guess by the grace of God, a TD Jakes sermon popped up, and I listened to it. And before you know it, every day I'm going on YouTube, and I'm listening to these TD Jakes sermons. And I really feel like me listening to TD Jakes sermons and a whole lot of prayer. Because y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I've never prayed so much in my life than when I was going through that breakup. But all of that prayer mixed with TD Jakes sermons, I really feel like it stopped me from crashing out and doing something stupid that I might have regretted for the rest of my life. Now, when it comes to these accusations about TD Jakes, even if they are true, as long as there was no minors involved, I'm not tripping. I'm going to say whatever that man did in his bedroom is his business, as long as there's no minors involved. If it was all consenting adults, that's that man's business. Now, I know a lot of y'all might have issues with that. So I'm going to break this down in two parts. Now, if you're not a Christian and you don't follow the Bible, then, you can feel free to judge TD Jakes however you want to. But if you're a Christian and you're judging TD Jakes, then I'm going to have to ask you, do you follow the whole Bible or certain parts? Because I'm not the most biblical person. I'll be honest with you. But I do know there's a verse in the Bible that says, judge not lest they be judged. I also know there's a verse in the Bible that says something to the effect of, let he without sin cast the first stone. So when I see Christians on YouTube and online going in on TD Jakes, are y'all practicing those same verses from that Bible? Now, like I said, if you're not into the church, you don't follow the Bible and you going in on TD Jakes, that's different. But as Christians, for y'all to do that, I'm just asking, are y'all following the whole Bible? Now, here's where I believe the problem lies. A lot of people put more faith in the messenger instead of the message. So I got to ask, is your faith in the messenger or the message? Because we all know that man is flawed. So if you put your faith in the messenger, you're going to be disappointed a lot. However, if your faith is in the message, you're not going to be disappointed because the message is God's message. I'm not going to say this pastor's name, but I once met a pastor who told me that he was going through a real bad heroin addiction and nobody knew. And before church, before he would go preach, he would shoot up. He would shoot dope into his body before he go to church and preach. And then he would go to church and preach for 2 hours. People loved it. The church was packed and no one knew. But I'm pretty sure if that church knew this man was going through a heroin addiction, they would have stopped coming to that church to hear the word of God. My point is, put your faith in the message and not the messenger. Like I said, once again, if there's no minors that was involved in the situation, whatever that man did, that's his business, because my faith is in the message. Now let's talk about homosexuality on a whole, because this is an elephant that needs to be addressed. Do I believe homosexuality is a sin? Yes. And the reason I believe it's a sin because it's outside of the natural order of God. Two species of the same sex cannot reproduce. They cannot populate the earth. So that's why I believe it's a sin. However, to Christians and the church, if gay people aren't allowed to come to church, where else are they going to hear the word of God? That's my question to you. Now, I understand how it is to be homophobic because at one point in my life, I was homophobic. I mean, that's how I was raised. It wasn't until I found out that I had gay people in my family that I stopped being homophobic. And trust me when I tell y'all, a lot of y'all out there got gay people in y'all family. Maybe y'all don't know. Maybe y'all don't want to admit it. But trust me, you probably got some gay people in your family. So in my situation, if I could love my gay cousins, then why couldn't I just have a normal conversation with any other gay person? So that's what stopped me from being homophobic. But fellas, I know, like I said, I know a lot of y'all homophobic because I once was. But trust me when I tell you, a lot of your favorite rappers, athletes, a lot of them are either gay or bisexual. Now, especially with artists, because it was once in my life where I aspired to be an artist. And I had a friend that was working at Def Jam. And I kept trying to get him to be my manager. I'm like, yo, bro, you should manage me. He like, nah, nice. I don't really like this music business. I'm trying to get out. I'm looking for a job now. And I kept pressing. I'm like, yo, why not? Why not? I'm being persistent. Like, yo, why not? And then he just broke down and said, because these niggas gay. I'm like, what? Who gay? And then, he started telling me stories and he told me about this one artist. I'm not going to say no names because I don't want to throw him under the bus, but trust me, you know and you love this artist's music. He is a R&B Grammy Award winning artist. And he said they was in the studio and the dude walked up to him and looked in his eyes and was like, yo, I'm feeling you. And my man says, like, what? Like, what you mean you feeling me? And he said the dude told him, I want to take you out on a date. When he said that, I'm on the floor laughing. I'm laughing so hard because I couldn't believe it. But then I'm listening on the phone and my man, he's dead silent. Like there's no laughter coming from him. So I realized he was still upset and a little traumatized by that situation. And then it wasn't until later on I started going to these industry parties here in New York and in LA. And some of the rappers who was like super hardcore in the videos and the photo shoots, when they get in these parties, they have a couple drinks, they will lower their guard. And the real them would start coming out. And I'm looking like, oh, wow. Like, I didn't know so-and-so was that way. So I bring that up to say this. If you found out your favorite artist was gay, this is if you're homophobic. If you found out that your favorite artist was gay or your favorite athlete was gay, would you stop listening to their music? And would you stop watching them play sports? Hey, I want to thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share. Let me know what you thought of the video. If you liked it, let me know. And even if you hated it, I still would like to know. It's your host that smokes the most. They call me Nizzy Nice, and we rollin' ratchet.